Good morning, guys.
Hi, Jenny.
Oh, you got a three-piece on today, huh?
Yeah. You know what? Getting sick and tired of this.
What you get sick and tired of?
Do you realize what's happening to me?
What's
We're going to have 4 shows before game 1 of the finals, which means 4 times I have to talk about that guy again and again and again and again.
What guy?
So why don't we just call off the finals? Let's award Toronto the trophy and him the MVP and just be done with it because I'm tired of it. This is my worst nightmare. No kidding.
First of all, you know if that were to happen, that's going to be your worst nightmare because you realize he could have been the MVP for your Spurs, and they would have had the trophy.
Okay, well, let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
It feels meant to be.
It is meant to be.
But now I have to talk about it for 4 days before it even starts.
Yeah.
Right?
This has been interesting.
I like the look, Michael Jen.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Cowboys first.
No,
Is that
we're not
possible?
going to go there. We've got a lot to
winners
get
up
to
here.
on today's
Winners.
show. I don't think the Cowboys are in the mix. What does Batman have to do with the Lakers' dysfunction?
question.
We'll go there. And Kevin Durant is traveling to Toronto. What does that mean? But we are going to start with, well, Skip's worst nightmare. The Raptors are in their first NBA Finals in franchise history, and a huge reason why is Kawhi Leonard. He's been awesome in the playoffs, averaging about 31 points and 9 rebounds a game. Doc Rivers even gave him the ultimate compliment yesterday, saying, quote, he is the most like Jordan that we've seen. Doc talks about Kawhi's defense, his post-game moves, and his leaping ability as similar to MJ. Shannon, do you agree?
Skip. No. Heck no.
Heck no?
Crooked L no.
Really?
Skip, this is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous?
First of all, Vegas has the odds now as the Clippers are the overwhelming favorite to land Kawhi's services in free agency. Doc Rivers is the head coach of the Clippers. And I get it, Skip, but the hyperbole has got to stop. The closest thing that we've ever seen to Michael Jordan played for the Lakers. He wore 8 for half his career. He wore 24 for the last half of his career.
Yeah.
That is the closest thing. Kobe Bryant was Michael Jordan with hair. People forget just how good Kobe was on the defensive end. Do you know that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan both made 9 first-team all-defensive? You look at Kobe and what he was able to do. Kobe Bryant once averaged 43 points for an entire month. He had 5 straight games of at least 40 points. And you know he threw that 81 points in. One had 62 points in 3 quarters.
Yep.
Skip, I get it. You know, Kawhi has the big hands, but he's not the closest thing we've seen to Mike. Kobe is. Kobe and Mike, for the better part of their career, Skip, were above the rim players. You look at, if you were to just, if there was no Mike, Kobe would have been Mike. The way he put the wristband on his elbow, Skip, the way he put the knee sleeve, the way he walked, the way when he celebrated a game winner, what did he do? The same thing Jordan did. That's what he did. And you,
The tongue?
yes!
This happens.
He's a carbon copy of Michael Jordan, not Kawhi. Kawhi is not above the rim player. Yeah, he has a nice fadeaway, but it ain't Michael Kobe's. You look at Kobe's footwork, look at Mike's footwork. You look at everything they did, everything that Mike did. If you were to take an hour and says, okay, I want an hour worth of footage of Mike, and you says, okay, I want an hour worth of footage of Kobe. Now, come on, man, for real, Kobe. You gonna steal every move this man made? You gonna do everything like this man did? Skip, I get it, Doc. You want to, Kawhi. Just want you to know, in this organization, you're first and foremost. We're gonna back our players, but come on. Nobody believes that Kawhi Leonard is the closest thing to Jordan. No, that's Kobe. Kawhi is an unbelievable player, great two-way player. 3-time first-team all-defensive, 2-time defensive player of the year, having a great playoff run. But I'm sorry, Doc, I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. Kobe Bryant is the closest thing to Michael Jordan that we've ever seen, and probably will be the closest that we ever see.
So I must admit, I am shocked by your response to this. And I'm starting to read into your bitterness over there that you sound like a jilted LeBron fan.
Oh, my goodness.
Who's finally given up on landing number 2 on one side of the tracks, like on the Lakers side of Staples, as opposed to the Clippers side. Am I right?
No.
Sounds like you're just giving up on that.
No, I'm not giving up, but I'm just not going to let Doc Rivers commit blasphemy on Mike and Kobe.
I will agree it was blasphemy, and I'm actually shocked that Doc, even though he has a hidden agenda or not so hidden,
exactly.
right? It's an upfront agenda.
So in other words, he's tampering without tampering, huh?
Okay, you could argue that, but I would think that Doc, because I have so much respect for him, would at least pay some of that respect to the Lakers legend of legends, Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
I would think he would just defer to that. He would immediately say, look, Kobe was the closest, but this guy, blah, blah, blah.
Thank
you
you.
could go there, but he didn't go there. He didn't bring up Kobe at all. But the other reason I am so shocked is I have had to sit over here day after morning after day after morning hearing you gush about number 2. I guess just to rub it in on me, but you're the ultimate bandwagon jumper. You jump on, you jump off.
No.
And you have been driving number 2's bandwagon right over the top of me morning after morning.
Yeah, just because I don't believe he's Jordan doesn't mean he's not great.
But you have called him the best two-way player in basketball.
Hands down.
The MVP of the playoffs.
Hands down.
The claw.
Yeah.
Shown up.
Yeah.
And I think it was shown up was all for show enough, right?
Oh, no.
I think it was all for show because I think you're now showing your true colors, and they are not Toronto's black, red, and silver. That's a weird color combination, but that's what they are. They're black, red, and silver. You are not really those colors.
Yeah, no, I'm Skip.
Right?
See I see what you're trying to do.
No, I'm seeing what you're trying to do.
Skip, all I'm saying is that Doc, I believe, was using hyperbole.
Okay.
I do not believe Kawhi is the closest thing to Jordan. Do I believe he's the best player in the playoffs right now? Absolutely. Is he the best two-way player in basketball? Yes, absolutely. But remember, two things can be true.
Oh, okay.
He cannot be the closest thing to Michael Jordan while still being the best two-way player in the game and the best player currently playing. And you upset.
I'm upset because the guy who hit the luckiest shot in the history of the playoffs is also the luckiest player in the history of the playoffs.
How's he lucky?
Because he fell into this vacuum where he's the new it player because there's no LeBron, he's on his couch, and he's obviously no longer in the East, and then there was no really Embiid, and then Giannis failed all of us because he became an exposed disappointment, and all of a sudden this guy fell right into the magic moment.
Why you
it's
keep
his
saying
time.
Giannis was exposed?
Yeah, you don't think he was?
I mean,
It was awful.
Well, Jen, if he was exposed, who pulled his clothes off?
Well, I don't know.
Claw!
I think the whole Toronto
No,
defense
stop
did.
doing this. See,
Well,
there you go trying to minimize him
I'm
again.
I'm not. Okay, so back to Doc's premise here.
Okay.
Just remember that this is amusing to me because I actually covered Michael Jordan in Chicago and got to know him in his last run with the Bulls. And I'm pretty sure that very few people on the planet, except people who work for the Spurs, watched more of number 2 when he was a Spur than I did because I watched just about every game he played for 7 years with the Spurs, except the last year I couldn't watch him a lot because he only played 9 games.
He was injured.
I don't know.
He was injured.
Whatever he was, but that's a whole nother story. So I would say I'm actually pretty qualified to gauge Jordan versus number 2.
Okay.
And remember, our man Kendrick Perkins was the first to raise this comparison.
Right.
And I told you, and I think I told Kendrick, I'm going to go this far, that just in movement, he does remind me of Mike. I'm going to give you just the movement. I'm talking about that kind of Jordan-esque, raw athletic power movement. It's close to what Jordan did. The ability to power bounce a defender off you, especially from about 15 feet, to create space with your athletic power, then to rise and hang, because he can leap, hang and shoot 2-point jumpers with big hands. Sometimes just a one-handed jumper. That is Jordan-esque. I'm going to give you that much. The defense is Jordan-esque.
Yes.
Because we're talking about huge hands, long, raw, powerful, athletic ability that can overwhelm the guy in front of you with the ball. You can just suffocate him because you're so long and strong. Okay? I'm going to give you, that is Jordan-esque. But the comparisons end there, period, end of story. And obviously, Kobe is the closest. Kobe was not Michael Jordan, but he was the closest.
He was the closest.
And to your point, he tried to become Michael. This guy's not trying to become, he's just trying to become the best number 2 that he can be, and this is all new to him. He is a late bloomer. I'm going to remind everybody, he was the 15th overall pick, was number 2. Originally, it was a trade, obviously, with Larry Bird in Indiana. And it was shocking that R.C. Buford wanted him that high because, remember, he'd stayed for 2 years at San Diego State. You know, that's usually the telltale, well, he's not that great if he doesn't come out after the first year, right?
Correct.
Okay. And he had averaged 12 and 15 points at San Diego State. And offense was second thought for him because he was all defense.
Right.
And everybody knew he could defend, but nobody thought he was the 15th pick in the draft.
Right.
So it took the shot doctor guru of the, I told you.